God was not only concerned about the accuracy of his revelation, but he was as concerned about protecting that revelation down through the years. So in the Jewish community, they created what they called scribes. These were professionals, experts, who were trained from childhood up to transcribe the scriptures with accuracy and fidelity. For example, in Ezra chapter 7, verse 6, Ezra was referred to as, quote, a ready scribe, which means he was a professional, accurate, and not just teaching the scriptures, whatever, but in transcribing the scriptures and copying them. Down through the years, God raised up different types of disciplines called scribes. For example, from AD, say about 100 to 400 AD, God raised up what's called the Talmudic scribes. This was a discipline of men who were committed to accurately transcribing the scriptures and copying them. Then, from about AD 500 to 900, he raised up the Masoretic scribes, where this is where the Masoretic text, called the MT, Masoretic text, was created. And that was the text to be used by the Jews that had gone into exile. They were being dispersed all over the world, and they were starting to lose their ability to not just understand the words of the text, but to pronounce them. So the reason for that is the Old Testament was not divided into words with vowels. They were all consonants, and it was just solid lines of all the words running together. But the Jew was trained to instantly look at that and know how to pronounce it and divide it into words. Well, once they were dispersed around the world, they started to lose that ability. So God raised up the Masoretics to create a special text, which they took the Hebrew text and divided it into words. Then, to make sure they even pronounced it right, they added vowels. That's called the MT, or the Masoretic text. These are just some of the disciplines that God created to make sure the scriptures were copied accurately. Now, you're going to be surprised at the detail they went into to make sure there were no errors or wrong words or misspellings or anything into the language they were copying.